Hello, welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about personal growth. This is the second video about the personal growth. Last week, we talked about the first phase of this video. It was a podcast that I listened from John C. Maxwell. He was interviewed by Success.com. As you know that most of you know that John is a renowned international speaker. He is the founder of John Maxwell Company and the Equip International Leadership Training Organization. He's a motivational speaker. He's also an author and sold over 21 million books. In this episode, he talked about the guidelines for personal growth. And he talked about 8 guidelines, and some of them we mentioned last week, but just to quickly recap, the first guideline was that growth must be intentional. So you have to decide to grow first. Number 2 is you have to select specific areas to grow, because you're not going to be able to grow in every aspect of your life. And number 3, create an environment for yourself to grow and allow failure to be your friend. So the first 4 we talked about in the previous video, but in this video we're going to talk about in details the other 5, the other 4. So we're going to talk about how you can value today and visualize tomorrow, how you can develop systems that will help you grow, how you learn to become uncomfortable so that you can grow, and how you become a river, not a reservoir. Okay, so the first thing that we need to talk about is that value today and visualize tomorrow. What that means is that you need to focus what you have today and visualize what you expect to be tomorrow. There is a lot of information that we can unpack from this statement. The first thing I think we need to do is that we need to create a roadmap to success for ourselves. So how do you create a roadmap? I think before you create anything, you have to evaluate yourself. You need to know where you are today so that you can develop a plan that will help you to grow. So when you evaluate yourself, some of you might recognize, you might see that yourself, that you are here. Like if we take as an example a scale of 1 to 10, and 10 is your destination. When you do your evaluation and you evaluate yourself, you may see yourself being in number 3. So you need to come up with a plan where will take you from 3 to 4, and ultimately it will take you to 10, which is your destination. So how do you go from 3 to 4? Well, first of all, you have to do a specific action plan. Create an action plan. Come up with any specific steps that will take you from 3 to 4 and ultimately to 10. And after you develop that action plan, you start your journey, and then you will get to the point where you want to go. There is a lot of research that has been made in personal growth. There is a beautiful article that I'm going to provide the link in the description below. It was written in 2005 by Jane Appel and Ellis. They talked about, the title of the article is called self growth, and they talked about a lot of stuff. But the 10 key points that they discussed in that article, mindset is the number 1. You have to believe that you can do it. Number 2 is the planning. Develop and update life vision. Set up performance criteria. Self-assessment. Reflect to increase self-awareness. Self-challenge. Mentor for self-improvement. Determination and commitment. And create a culture of self-growth. So these are the key points that they talked about it. Number 6. Develop systems to help you grow. What is a system? System is a collection of interdependent components which will regularly interact to each other to perform a specific task and achieve a specific goal. If you want to understand what system means, that you might think about our digestive system. We have a different components in our digestive system, but all of these components are working together to do one thing, which is digest the food. Or you can think about a computer system, maybe. We have a lot of chips and electronics that are all connected to each other to perform a specific task. So, why system is important? System, if you create a good system that's flawless, it will help you to mentor yourself for self improvement. The system will be your mentor. It will help you to mentor for self improvement. The other thing that the system will help you, that it will create a culture for self growth, because the system will guide you if you come up with a good system. Okay. Number seven, be comfortable being uncomfortable. It is a two ways here. If you when it's you decide to grow, if you refuse to be uncomfortable, then you basically decided not to grow, because you're not growing if you refuse to be uncomfortable. But if you accept to be uncomfortable and sometimes become awkward, then that's when you are on the right track to grow. Brian Tracy, who is an author but also a real estate investor, says this: you can only grow if you are willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new. That's deep. Number eight, which is the last one, it's be a river, not a reservoir. That means you have to teach what you know. Don't keep the knowledge in your head and what you know. If you are a good leader, teach other people how to become a better leaders. If you are a good manager, teach other people how to become a better manager. So teach, because when you teach, you practice. The more you practice, the more you master the skill that you know. um, Malcolm Gladwell says practice is not the thing you do when you are good. It is the thing you do that makes you good. Okay. This episode or podcast that I listened, it inspired me so much, to the point where I want to conduct more research on effective leadership. I want to do a lot of observation to the leaders that I know in my organization and other places, and learn from them. I want to identify specific steps, or steps that will help me grow my leadership skills. um, I want to develop an action plan and also join a professional development organizations, and also learn, more importantly, I want to learn how to become comfortable so that I can grow. When I was doing or listening to this podcast, I was doing exercise, and I felt it inspired me to do more. Um, it also helped me to improve. It improved to my understanding. I was motivated and focused as well. There's a lot of research that has been done in terms of health minds and health body. A Wellness Council of America, they conducted a research in partnership with Blue Cross and Blue Shield, where they talked about the benefits of physical exercise. And they mentioned a lot of things in that research, and I'm going to provide the link in the description below. But they mentioned that physical exercise increases your energy level, and that's exactly what I felt. I felt so energetic when I was doing the exercise. But more importantly, it helps you to become more productive at work. And that's exactly what I felt. I was feeling like I can do more than what I do right now. But there is also a lot of other research that talks about, the physical activity and how it's so helpful. Harvard Medical School, they conducted also a research on discussing the key points on physical activities. It reduces the heart disease. The physical activity also lowers your blood pressure. Blood pressure. It lowers your diabetes, reduces breast cancer, and also a colon cancer. So there's a lot of benefits in here, and hopefully this will help you guys. And see you next time. And thank you so much for listening. Bye bye.